Okay, so we got that second one built. You can see that's going to be my, like I explained before, that the truss is going to sit basically over these uprights that go into the ground. So there'll be one there and one there. But yeah, that's pretty much it. That's all that goes in the ground as far as supporting all that weight. I do have on the other one, I drilled holes down 2 inches and then 2 inches center, and I put in carriage bolts in there with eye-nut bolts, and so there'll be one there, and there'll also be one over here 2 inches down from the bottom of that one. There'll be an eye-nut bolt on there, in which I'm going to run 2 guys that come out of there into the ground. Just in case, as the bridge, once we get the bridge on there, if it ever decides to, the bank decides to wash out a little bit, hopefully it doesn't, but if they do want to start coming in a little bit, those guys will keep it just from going in towards the creek. So when I measured out the creek, I measured out 25 and a half feet from edge of water to edge of water. And that's the distance of the creek, the actual water part. So that was a rough estimate because I couldn't get to the other side of the creek. So with that measurement, I came in 6 feet from the edge of the water on this side of the creek, and that's where that first structure is that's going to hold up the bridge. And then the other day we got measurements and we plumbed up some lines to find out where the other one's going to go, because it's going to be a 40-foot span. Actually, it's going to be in a little bit, about 39.8 or 39, well, 4 and 4, 8, so 39.4 from inside of the structure that holds up the support beams, I'll call them. We only have 5.5 feet or so on the other side of the creek from edge of water to where the other support beams are going to be. So after we got the measurements in there and we plumbed up all the lines where we're going to dig those holes, I started to get a little worried about if the creek ever decides to wash out the sides at all, what's going to happen to my support beams. So hopefully the sides of the creek don't wash out. Ultimately, I do wish my bridge was 5-6 feet longer. But doing that means I have to cut my bridge trusses directly in half, which is going to be a lot of work, and then add 6 feet of piping. So 1, 2, 3, I'd have 4 pieces of 6-footers in there, more gussets, more support that we would have to put in there just in order to extend this to make it 6 feet longer. So looking at where we're putting these support beams, it looks fine. I think we're going to be okay. It's just in the back of my head, I got, I wonder, man, if that bank ever decides to wash out just a little bit, that's going to put me closer and closer to my support beams. But I think we'll be okay. I do wish, like I said, it was a little bit longer, but I don't want to have to go through all that work when myself and also my brother, we think that it's going to be okay. So we're going with what we have. So that's the second support beam. This one is finished. That's all I wanted to get done today. So this is done. I'll put it off to the side, and then hopefully in a few days we can get that back there, dig the holes, put them in the ground, pour concrete around them, and well, I still have work to do on this, but we'll be about 2 weeks or so out from getting the actual bridge structure itself out there and put together. So it's coming along pretty good. So stick with me. Hopefully you keep watching, and we'll get some more out there.